Alright, hey guys. So I got a special video for you guys today. So before, when I was staying at the Yonsei dorms, I couldn't really cook or store anything because I didn't have a fridge or a stovetop to use. But now that I'm at my own house, I can actually start cooking. So what I did is yesterday I went to the supermarket and got a whole bunch of ingredients for some dishes. And the plan is to prepare 3 different dishes that I somewhat know how to make. The first one is going to be japchae, which is kind of like Korean mixed vegetable noodles, but I'm going to put beef inside mine. The next one is going to be bulgogi, which I'm going to make the marinade and I'm just going to let it sit in a bin until it's ready. And then the last one is doenjang jjigae, which is probably one of my favorite soups. Aside from doenjang jjigae, I've made all this stuff before, so we're gonna see how it goes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show the different ingredients that I use and how I prepare everything. So if you guys ever want to make this at home, you guys can. Keep in mind that I'm not a professional chef and most of this stuff I'm doing from memory, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, also, so as I'm preparing all the ingredients, I'm gonna try my best to say all of them in Korean. Alright, so I think I'm gonna start with the marinade for the bulgogi first. So I'm gonna have to mince up some manu and chop up some yangpa. So let's get started. Okay, so I only cut half an onion for right now because it's just for the marinade, so it doesn't have to be like finely cut, it just needs to have the flavor in there. And then now I'm gonna mince up some garlic. Alright, minced up some garlic, and like I said, I'm doing this from memory, so I really don't know measurements or how much I'm supposed to be using or anything. This looks like more than enough. I think it was like 2.5 garlic cloves, I think. Just need the flavoring, so got it minced up a little bit. And I don't want it to taste too much like garlic. Alright, so now here comes the interesting part. So I'm supposed to be blending the onions and the garlic with some sort of juice base. So I'm going to be using apple juice. It's good apple juice. So now we're gonna add in some chamgirum and a lot of kanjang. So let's get to it. Alright, sorry guys, I was being a dork and I didn't realize I wasn't recording for the last bit of the bulgogi. I added some huchu over that, just like a little bit of seasoning. And then I added a lot of sultang after that, which kind of gives bulgogi its sweetness. Not that sugar. I mean, like I said, I'm doing this by memory, so I don't really know exact measurements. After you add in the sultang and then the huchu, basically just mix it all once again and then add in the bulgogi. So I'll show you guys what it looks like because I've already finished. So there we go. Got the bulgogi in there right now. If you see like the little sesames in there, I added that in just as a little seasoning. So there you go. I have it marinated. I'm gonna let it sit for maybe a day or two and then I'll come back and try it later. Okay, but now we're gonna move on to something that I can actually eat right now. So it's gonna be japchae. Alright, so japchae is usually served as a banchan or a side dish in Korea. Usually it's mostly just vegetables, but like I said, I'm gonna add in bulgogi later. So we're gonna start by cutting up some vegetables that I have here. So I have some pimang right here. And then from earlier, we have the yangpa, the onions, and then we're also gonna add in some regular pa. They just call it pa, it's green onions. Yeah, so let's get cutting. Alright, now with the bell peppers, the inside of all the seeds and everything, we don't want that. So we're just gonna scoop it out and throw it away. And there we go. And I actually have a lot, which is okay though, because I'm going to use it in the doenjang jjigae. And you want to keep everything separated by color for now, because when we cook it, we're going to cook them separately. The green onions and the bell peppers can go together though, because they're the same color. So let's go and do that. So now we're going to cook the dangmyeon, which is basically potato starch noodles. You may know them as glass noodles. So we're going to get those boiling, and then once they're done, we're going to mix it in some sesame oil. These are the noodles we're going to be using, but they're kind of looped right here. That's way too long for japchae. So what we're gonna do is while we're cooking them, we're gonna put in the end with the loops first. And then once those get cooking, we're gonna take scissors and cut them in half. Alright, so these noodles are just about done, but they're not enough noodles. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put these inside this bowl that I have here. And while I'm boiling more, I'm gonna mix in some chamgirum to kind of prevent the noodles from sticking together. Okay, so we got the noodles cooked, and so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna saute all the vegetables separately. and then we'll be able to mix them all in together for the japchae. Alright, so we're sauteing the vegetables now, and when you're sauteing, you're gonna want to use some chamgirum and some vegetable oil. I'm using canola oil, and generally in Korean dishes, the color is very important, so we want to make sure that when we cook everything, the colors don't blend. So I'm starting with some whites right now, which are the onions, and then I'm gonna move on to the darker color vegetables after that. So green will be next, and then red will be after that. While these are cooking now, I'm gonna be adding in some pepper and some salt just for some extra seasoning. I don't want to add too much because every vegetable is going to get the same treatment, and it's all going to be mixed in together afterwards anyways, so. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cook the sogogi in a little bit. Before that, we're going to mix in some kanjang and some ge with the noodles. Okay, so now, let's go ahead and start cooking the sogogi. Here's the sogogi, which is ground beef. And part of the reason why I wanted to make the marinade first is because I'm going to use a little bit to cook the beef. So here we are. All we have left to do is just add all the vegetables and then mix everything together. Alright, that's all I can fit in storage, so I guess this is lunch for today. Okay, so it's been 2 days since I made the bulgogi marinade, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. There it is, looking delicious. Let's go ahead and get it cooking. And here we go. Delicious homemade Korean meal with some banchan. I didn't make the banchan, but yeah. Looks delicious, and I'm starving, so let's get into it. Alright, so it's almost dinner time, and what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and make some doenjang jjigae. And I've actually never made doenjang jjigae before, but I kind of have an idea of what goes inside of it, so I'm going to try it out. Now, I have to cut up some vegetables for it. So the vegetables I'm going to be cutting up are going to be ohubek, kamja, gochu, yangpa, and chokpa. And I'm also going to be cutting up some tubu, which isn't really a vegetable, but it's going to go inside the soup. Alright, so I'm going to get cutting, and then once I'm done cutting, basically I'm just going to throw everything inside a pot. Everything is cut now, so all I'm gonna do is start boiling some water and putting the vegetables in, and then I'll show you guys how the soup base is made. Okay, so I put in all the vegetables. I'm gonna add in the tubu last, so we're gonna let the vegetables cook for a little bit. Then we're gonna add in the doenjang, and then it's basically it for the soup, I think. Veggies are looking good, so I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add in the doenjang. This right here is doenjang, and it's basically just soybean paste. And all you have to do to make doenjang jjigae is add it in. So let's go ahead and do that. Tastes good. Now I'm making a lot of soup at once, so I'm going to be adding in a lot. Okay, so color's looking good. It's tasting pretty good. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put in the tubu and then let it cook for the last bit of it, and then it should be good to go. Alright, and here we are, some homemade doenjang jjigae. I got my rice right here. Let's see how it tastes. Oh my god, that's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Tastes delicious. Wow. I'm actually really shocked because I've never made this before, and I'm going based off of what I know is inside of it. Oh my god. I think this is the best thing I've made yet. I'm actually really proud about this one. Oh, it tastes so good. Oh, alright. I guess that's it for now. Japchae, bulgogi, and doenjang jjigae. Some really easy stuff that you can make at home. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.